Bugger me, it's hot today, 29 degrees. That's what they reckon. It feels like about 45 degrees, folks. Got my little hothouse here. For those who missed out on big Moluccas, I've got a handful left, and I've got the Italian ones as well here going on. So folks, unfortunately, not all of them germinated, but that's the break you have, you know, they're the breaks. So we are going to transplant these and make them available for you a little bit later on. Not too much later on, obviously, because they're going to grow real quick in the next couple of days. And once they get into the pots, we're talking about spacing out your planting cycle because, as you know, a lot of us haven't planted, or a lot of you haven't planted. I've only done a handful of tomatoes, and I normally put in 50. So it's a good idea to actually space out your planting. I've spoken about it before, I know, but I'm just going to repeat it because some people may think they've missed the season. You haven't really. All you've got to do is get some bubble wrap and wrap your plants around if it gets too cold later in summer, or if your plants are starting to produce and it's hitting autumn. So we've still got at least 4 months ahead of us. And with this sort of weather, as it comes and stabilises, even if it rains, that's good because you're hydrating the ground. You don't have to water as much. You just don't want it to rain continuously every day. But if we do get a drop of rain every second or third day, that's fine, as long as the sun's up there and we've got the heat coming through, generating, because that's a combination of good growing cycles and speed of growing. So you can plant. You know, I've planted about a week to 2 or even 3 weeks ago my tomatoes, and you can see some of them are that big, and now these ones are tiny. Yes, and I'm going to put another 5 out of these. Yeah, I'm going to pick the best ones. You know, that's cheeky of me, but hey, I'm growing them. Once you harvest your own seeds, you can grow yours and pick the best and give the leftovers to your neighbours and friends. But I'm going to plant these out in the next couple of weeks as well. So we're talking, the end of November? It's my second cycle of planting, and probably some more a little bit later on as well, because I've got George's big tomatoes there. Have a look at this. These are George's. They're jumping out of the pots there, folks. I've got to get them into the ground somewhere, and I haven't finalised where I'm going to put them, and they're nice and strong and healthy and completely different variety. So I haven't grown them before, but the leaves look completely different. So space out your planting. It's a great idea of being able to have continuous picking for a longer period. And look, if you're going to plant 50 tomatoes, be sure to be able to harvest them and make your sauce and share it with family and friends, or otherwise cut down on the quantity and do some quality growing so you can have, 5 tomatoes or 10 tomatoes and a little bit of everything if you like. It doesn't have to just be the big Moluccas. They can be the little ones, they can be the Italian, they can be Rouge de Marmande, they can be Apollos, they can be Grosslys, whatever. And it's nice to add that into your salad because every little bit of colour that you get just improves the overall flavour of, when you're looking at it, the sensations of it. And talking about flavour, we should do that. We are. I'm going to get a lettuce from the supermarket, and I'm going to get a lettuce from my garden here, and we're going to peel one leaf at a time and compare and see what we find inside the supermarket one and what we find inside of our one. My one, I guarantee, is going to be like Kinder Surprise. You won't know what you spot every time you peel out back a leaf. Earwig, slug, snail, slay dart, and the list goes on. But that's the way we grow here, naturally, organically, free of pesticides and chemicals, and that way you'll have your pests and your predators working at once. Beautiful cycle, but space out your planting so you're not harvesting all your lettuce at once, as I am. Enjoy your picking, enjoy your gardening, and have a wonderful day ahead. From me, Vasily, Maresi.